What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE, Nintendo Switch, and gaming news video that I have here for you guys today in my village. Want to first and foremost say thank you so much to the response that we had on our Patreon campaign. You guys really tore it up, man. We had a lot of people hop into the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and get those entries in for this amazing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild amiibo giveaway that we're doing on May 31st. So if you're interested and you want to help support PE Arena, PE Live, and PlayerEssence, please make sure you check out the description below, see our Patreon campaign, and donate if you can there. Be a Patreon backer. A lot of nice perks. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the news here. So the Media Create sales charts from April 24, 2017 through April 30, 2017 have finally been released. As many of you guys know, it was Golden Week, the week that they released the numbers there. So we had to rely on Famitsu charts, and now we have the actual Media Create sales charts. So that gives us a little bit different take on some of the sales numbers. Now, I'm not going to go over everything since it is a little bit of a repeat of information, but we'll talk about some of the big sellers here, which is, of course, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch sold 284,823 copies during its opening week in Japan. The latest Media Create sales figures revealed the launch of the upgraded Mario racing game pushed sales of the Nintendo Switch hardware from 48,694 the previous week to 76,679 last week. The latest Dragon Ball Heroes game, Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Mission X, opened up at 97,093 units. Also new this week, Compile Hearts Gun Gun Pixels for the PS Vita opened up at 8,675 sales, and Arc System Works Cube Creator DX for Nintendo 3DS opened up at 4,350 sales. The full charts can be found in the link below. I'll be going over the top 5 and what I think. So at number 5 we have Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia. Limited edition is included from Nintendo. That was released on April 20th in Japan. Had another 22,721 units for a grand total of 154,389 units. At number 4 we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch with the limited editions included. Remember, none of these include digital sales. And that was released on March 3rd, 2017, of course, with another 25,286 units for a grand total of 420,941 units. At number 3, we have Monster Hunter Double Cross from Capcom. That was released on March 16th, 2017. That added in another 27,829 units for a grand total of 1,421,205 units. At number 2, we have on the Nintendo 3DS, Dragon Ball Heroes Ultimate Mission X, opened up brand new like we talked about, 97,093 units. And of course, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. Brand new game, April 20th that it released, 284,823 units on the Nintendo Switch. So fantastic numbers for the Nintendo Switch when it comes to software sales of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Really like what they're doing there. In terms of the hardware, Nintendo Switch was of course number 1 with 76,679 units. That is a big jump up from what they had the previous week. PlayStation 4, 3DS, PlayStation 4 Pro, you guys can see all that rounds at the bottom there, but the Switch is the top dog in Japan when it comes to sales. Now, what do you guys think about these numbers here? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe obviously is going to have another week. We're probably going to be getting another Media Create sales charts this week so we can kind of compare to see how it did in the following week. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. A new round of RIME gameplay details have been revealed by IGN in addition to some brand new videos. Some puzzles are triggered by the young protagonist's voice. For example, one door has 4 separate voice-activated statues that need to be roused at the same time. The player must find and move a large orb within an optimal radius to act as a vocal amplifier. A golden ball can be rolled along a circular track to scrub forward and backwards in time. This causes a time-lapse effect on the day/night cycle and allows the player to reposition shadows. This will open up a secret entrance. A path of prickly brambles must be cleared by using a piece of fruit to play fetch with a local warthog. The second level has a noticeably bleaker color palette and introduces natives that are wary of the way the protagonist is. The first proper enemy is a giant bird-like creature that swoops down to snatch you off your feet. You have to run between the safety of sheltered areas to avoid the bird. You'll also have to solve some puzzles while dealing with the bird. You'll happen upon shadowy figures that nervously dissolve into inky puddles as you approach them. Outside a certain button prompts, the game doesn't feature much of a traditional HUD. A floating waypoint marker will show you important areas. When the giant bird swoops in to attack, red scratches come in from the sides of the screen to show how close it is. So RIME is a really weird game. It doesn't have any combat at all. It's really just exploration and running from stuff, it seems. So if you're into that type of game, I think like Silent Hill Shattered Memories, that was a game where there was no combat. It was just like a lot of running and looking at stuff and solving puzzles. So if you're into something like that, RIME might be right up your alley. For me, not so much, because there's no combat in this game, and there's not a lot of combat, not a combat-focused game, which I don't need combat in games, but if it doesn't have it, it better be doing something crazy, and this doesn't look too crazy to me, so I'm not so sure about it, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to this game. It looks like it has really nice, beautiful, vibrant graphics, and the puzzles can be really good. There's a lot of people that love puzzle games. I'm just not one of them. So let me know what you guys think about Ryme and the new gameplay videos in the comment section below. We'll be picking this up on the various platforms that's coming out on PS4, Xbox One, PC, Nintendo Switch a little bit later down the line. Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild's Dueling Peaks is based on a real-life mountain, it appears. So, the Dueling Peaks is one of the most iconic visuals in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Chances are you came across it early in the game and revisited it a number of times. Turns out the unique mountain was actually inspired by a real-life location. This mountain can be found in Sato Island in Japan, and it certainly looks almost exactly like the Dueling Peaks. This isn't the first time we've seen the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild turn real-life location into video game content. Now we'll have to dig deeper to see what else is hidden away in the game Go Nintendo right. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Obviously, the Dueling Peaks is one of the most iconic areas, probably just because of the way it looks. You see those two peaks, you see the huge mountain and everything that you can go in between there, the trees, everything surrounding it. It's an awesome location, and it's really cool. I know that they talked about some of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild being inspired by Kyoto and other parts of Japan, so this definitely doesn't surprise me, and I'm happy that they did this. It looks awesome. Alright, and moving on to the last article here, we have a rumor on the new Assassin's Creed game that is coming out. Now, it's called, or at least what people are saying, Assassin's Creed Origins is the name, and it's set in Egypt, and it features two protagonists with naval combat, and it's due out this fall. So the next Assassin's Creed game, previously rumored under the codename of Assassin's Creed Empire, is called Assassin's Creed Origins, and it will be announced at E3 2017 in June for a fall 2017 release, according to sources of WWG. The game is said to be set in a vast open world of ancient Egypt. Its story apparently features two main characters, a man and a woman, and revolves around the original Assassin's Guild. It will reportedly offer a character progression system that one development source of WWG compared to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Gameplay itself is said to place greater emphasis on exploration and offer more freedom over previous Assassin's Creed titles. The world is apparently huge in scope, with it said to be the biggest Assassin's Creed game to date. Naval combat will reportedly also return, allowing players to travel beyond Egypt, possibly even as far as Greece. An internal video of Assassin's Creed Origins described to WWG apparently shows scenes of Egypt before transitioning between different periods and locations throughout history, including an Asian country, World War II era France, and a modern-day Abstergo industry facility. It is unclear if the video will be shown to the public. WWG's rumor published on May 6th complements a rumor posted on Reddit on May 5th, in which a user claiming to work for the company that makes pre-order cards for different department stores claimed to have seen a new order for a Far Cry 5, as well as a new Assassin's Creed title called Assassin's Creed Origins, featuring an artwork of a city with a pyramid in the background and an assassin walking toward it. E3 2017 runs from June 13th to June 15th, while Ubisoft has yet to announce a press conference that will likely be held on Monday, June 12th. So I have a lot to say about this, because I was a fan of not the first Assassin's Creed, but Assassin's Creed 2, but I felt that it needed like a lot of different things, and they never added those things that I wanted. I wanted to see more difficulty in the game. I wanted to see more RPG elements that actually made sense and were useful, because there were some RPG elements that just weren't enough as far as for me what I wanted to see in the game, and they never added those things. They just kept on making Assassin's Creed games and focusing a lot on story, which is fine, but the gameplay to me has always been not very good. I don't think they really evolved the gameplay much at all. The latest Assassin's Creed game, what was it, like in the UK or something like that? I wasn't really fond of that game either. So with this game, Assassin's Creed Origins, which at this point Ubisoft is very porous when it comes to rumors and details. I'm pretty sure this is what it's going to be. We've heard this rumor multiple times, but once again, it is a rumor, so you can believe it or not. But definitely when it comes to Ubisoft, when it comes to Assassin's Creed games, these type of things always get leaked just because of how many people work on the Assassin's Creed game. They got like thousands of people working on this game. Now, if they're going to have a system that's comparable to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, then count me interested. Seriously, count me interested, because if you have a system like that, you have all these different upgrades, you better make your game harder, because if it's a cakewalk, people aren't going to have the need to upgrade, then it's not going to work. Whereas Elder Scrolls, like, you really need to upgrade. You can pick the different difficulty levels. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. The game is challenging if you want it to be, so I'm hoping they take that route with Assassin's Creed. A huge world to me is not enough. You got to have substance, you've got to have merit to the gameplay, and it can't just be waiting around and wait for someone to attack, then wait for someone to attack. I think that style of gameplay is a little bit outdated at this point, so I am hoping that they do kind of have the elements of Skyrim as far as the RPG system that they have in there. They have a huge world, that's cool, but the combat needs refinement, and I'm hoping that Assassin's Creed Origins gets that. If this does that to where it has that Elder Scrolls 5 kind of Skyrim vibe to it, and it also can refine the combat to where it actually feels good to play, then count me in for this new Assassin's Creed game. I'm excited. But what do you guys think about all of this rumors here and the news? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace!